I am using Surprise Shirts FM23 edition mystery box to select my team on Football Manager. A box on surpriseshirts.co.uk that will only send you a shirt from a playable club on FM23. So whatever club's kit is inside this box, I'll be doing a full season with on FM23. So if you can't decide on your next Football Manager save, or you want it to be a complete surprise, using Surprise Shirts FM edition box, definitely the way to go. Using the text box at checkout, you can even give instructions for any teams or leagues that you don't want. And just for you guys, if you use my code OMEGA23 at checkout, you get an extra 10% off. Right, let's get this bad boy open then. I've already pierced the seal. I'm excited. So, the cards tell you where the shirt is from, but I'm excited to just see the shirt. Unbelievable packaging, by the way. Look at this. This is amazing. Right. Turn it off. We have Malacca United Football Club. Now, I'd imagine that's in Asia. I was correct. As you can see, Malacca United is a professional club from the state of Malacca in Western Malaysia. It's also very cool that they give you these little factoids about the club. So you actually learn about the club that obviously you are going to be managing before you do. And it's just nice. Obviously, you've got a shirt from that club now. 40,000 seat stadium. They're in the Malaysian Super League, which is the top division. And last season, they finished in 10th place. We've definitely got our work cut out for us in the 12-team league. Third from bottom. They gave me a pack of Haribos too. It's the little touches. I just love it. Now, I've obviously cut the bit where I put the shirt on because I didn't want you to fall in love with me. But I tell you what, this shirt is sexy. I am loving this shirt. And I look good in it. It's a great cut. I love it. Right, let's take them to Malaysian Super League glory. Here is the Malacca United's profile FM23 and that 40,000-seater stadium. And of course, the shirt we are currently wearing, which is actually their third kit. And just like that, we are the new Malacca United manager. Our team looks like this, and look, we even have an Adriano up front. Not the Brazilian GOAT, though. This guy does not have 99 shot power. The board culture wants us to sign players under 23, so that will be our target. Because I don't want to be sacked again. Our star player is Sunny Norde with fantastic pace and a lot of flair. And this is the tactical shape that basically fields all of our best players in their favourite positions. Yeah. And we don't have a lot of transfer money to make much changes either. Now a little rundown on the league. 12 teams, you only play 22 games, and the league has been dominated since 2014 by Johor DT. I believe they also had a sugar daddy last year, so that still might be the case this year, and you might recognise their key player. He played at Watford and Sheffield Wednesday recently, as well as Udinese, and he's still really good. I also realised we have 5 foreign players and we're only allowed a maximum of 4, and one of them has to be Asian, which we do have a Filipino in Justin Bass. So I signed some Malaysian internationals, and this one was from Johor DT. He's actually better than most players I found, and a backup striker without a face.
My eyes are bleached.
And this guy for 1.4k isn't bad either. Good start to our season when our best player gets a suspicious virus that he has to miss taking part for 2 to 3 weeks. And the first game of the season, and it's the Malaysian FA Cup game. And it took only 5 minutes before new signing Raheem scored in Sonny's absence to put us in the lead. The next goal wasn't until the second half, but it was Raheem again who doubled our advantage. It's not just goals that Raheem can give us, because he also assisted Olusegun to make it 3. And finally it was 4 when Adriano scored in the 96th minute. But it was a 10 out of 10 performance for the new man. So with the season about to begin, the season preview puts us in 7th place. And in the first league game, our goalkeeper is having a Reggie blinker, before also conceding a penalty right before half-time. We fought hard in the second half, but it took us 84 minutes to get on the score sheet when Adriano set up Mode Akil. And in the last minute of the 90, Adriano wellied in a free kick, and it seemed neither keeper has learnt how to catch yet. 2-2. Home game against Sarawak United, and Adriano once again scores to put us ahead in the 4th minute. And just 4 minutes later, we are off to a fantastic start when Sunny Norde getting a goal for himself too. Sarawak wasn't ready to quit though and came back with a goal in the 17th minute. But in the 92nd minute, Sarawak were awarded a penalty and I was gutted. Well, that's how I felt until our goalkeeper saved the penalty anyway. Unlucky. The following match and we weren't so lucky, losing 3-2. Back home and we play an unbelievable pass to score the first goal, but our opponents come back and not only equalised but then took the lead. Second half and Selangor extended their lead to 3-1 and things were looking bleak for Malacca United. But fantastic work from Adriano, who played through Talaha, and hope was restored. On the 72nd minute, Norde popped in a penalty to make it 3-3, and just 10 minutes later, deja vu. Another penalty, another goal, and we took all 3 points. What a comeback. And we were on a roll. And then we have a 6-week gap between games. So after a month of chilling on the Malaysian beach after just 3 league games, we are back with a jam-packed May with 7 matches to play. And we're sat in 4th place, by the way. The break came at a really bad time for us and we found ourselves behind against Penang when Lucas Silva scored. Penang then doubled their lead in the second half and all we could do was score a consolation goal through that man Adriano. We then conceded in their next match from a corner. Great. Thankfully though, we kept fighting and got very lucky to get a goal back from Alusagan. Minutes later and a beautiful ball over the top and Alusagan caught the goalkeeper in no man's land to make it 2-1. And when the ball was played over the top, it was Alusagan who made the run and executed a perfect chip finish for his hat-trick. Naughty. We took that momentum into the away trip to Pahang when Norde opened the scoring. Alusagan then found Adriano and sealed the game 2-0. We were back on a roll again. Nope, we got slapped 3-0 next game. But we hosted the champions Johor next and we scored the only goal from a free kick. And it was in the 89th minute as well. But once again, we tragically fell in the next match against Kuala Lumpur, losing 3-0. Alusagan once again chipped the goalkeeper in the last game in May, but Darren Locke was sent through to score and we finished the game 1-1. Locke is the current league top scorer with 11 goals, but we do find ourselves in 3rd place at the minute, only 2 points behind the top 2. But guess what? We've got the whole of June off without any matches once again. Back after the break and there's nothing we can do to stop that shot. Norde steps up and equalises from the spot, but Kedah scores once again through Inga and the third not long after, and I'm hating taking these long gaps. We travel to Sarawak next and after a fantastic run by Norde, he found Alusagan's left foot. And this goal is special because it's the first goal of a perfect hat-trick by Alusagan and the second coming from a fantastic header. And in this 4-2 victory, Alusagan scored the final goal of the game with his right foot. We could only get a draw against Selangor next though, but we did follow that up with a 4-3 win away against Sabah with Talaha getting a brace and Alusagan winning man of the match. A draw, win and a loss throughout the rest of July, and if anything, I was just pleased to see games in the next month. Although we are slightly off the pace of Johor DT, we are still in 3rd place with them to play in August next month. So with 5 games left, every match became a cup final, starting off with a home game against Terengganu, who sit in 5th. We tried to clear our lines from the attack, but the ball fell to Murad, who whipped it into the corner. A combination of Norde's chip pass to the front line eventually played through Adriano, who fired one home. Another long ball forward, and this time Adriano's header found Rahim, who scored an impressive half volley. Second half, and Adriano played a huge part again, laying it off to Asigba, who found him with a return cross 3-1. And we put the game out of reach when the free kick was tapped in from the rebound. But there was still time for the worst own goal you're ever going to see when Bass headed in past the goalkeeper from about 35 yards out. But it was a great day of results because league leaders Johor lost 2-1. And that's exactly who we play next. Are you ready for the most mental game of Football Manager you're ever going to see? Well, strap yourselves in, make sure that subscribe button is pressed because you're in for a treat. Here we go. Johor scored a free kick. Alusagan then took it round the goalkeeper and equalised. Our goalkeeper then saved Johor's penalty, before Alusagan scored the best header I've ever seen to make it 2-1. Johor came back though and equalised with a worldie off the crossbar. And then they carved us open 2 minutes later and took the lead again, 3-2, before Rahim scored a world-class free kick to make it 3-3. And we counter-attacked Johor and sent Alusagan through, who kept composed and made it 4-3 to us. Rahim then scored another world-class free kick, 5-3. And then from absolutely nowhere, Ibrahim's shot was too hard and the goalkeeper couldn't stop it, and it's 6-3. but in stoppage time, Johor came back and made it 6-4, before Sid scored the final goal of the game in the 94th minute, and we actually win the game 6-5 away to Johor, which puts us level on points with them and 1 point behind Sabah with just 3 games left to play. And look at that, our last game of the season is at home to Sabah. We continued the good run and lots of goals against PJ City in a 4-1 win with Adriano bagging 2. And although Sabah won 4-0 as well, Johor dropped 2 more points at home, leaking another 3 goals. Just another 27 days before our next game. Honestly, why are there so many breaks? At home to Kuala Lumpur next, while Sabah and Johor both have tricky away ties. And it took all of 3 minutes before Adriano was played through and slotted in the opening goal. And it was Adriano once again who this time provided the assist for Lusigan, whose shot clipped the bar on the way in. Kuala Lumpur could only muster 1 goal back in the second half, meaning no matter what, we were playing for the championship in the final game of the season. Sabah got a narrow 1-0 win, meaning that we have to beat them on the final day, but Johor are out of contention after drawing another match against bottom of the league Pahang, meaning that there will be a new champion from the winner of this match, or a draw crown Sabah champions as well. So we have to win, and this is the team I'm trusting to do it with. And after so many goals recently, it was just one that made the difference when the ball was played out to our right midfielder, who found the run of Adriano, who wins the Malaysian Super League for Malacca United, which is only the second time they have ever managed to do it in the club's history since 1983. And we've gone from pulling this club from a surprise shirt box to winning the Malaysian Super League on Football Manager. So why not try it yourself? Head to surpriseshirts.co.uk. Thank you to them for sponsoring today's video. Pick up one of their FM edition boxes so you can guarantee yourself a new save on Football Manager and see who you can get. And don't forget to use my code OMEGA23 for some discount when you check out. Make sure you're subscribed though, because there's going to be plenty more videos coming your way now that the game is on full release, just like this one where we spent £500 million rebuilding Newcastle in 5 years. It's a fun one. I'll see you there. Bye bye.